Right? Oh my god. This is like one of the only streams that I am talking about something else that's not particularly gaming. I gotta be quiet though, because why? If I be too loud, then my roommate over there needs to let me know that to keep my voice down. Anyways, anyways, all right. This is where we get tapping, but and this is all about college football right now. I'm gonna be talking about because playoffs don't happen until like the 12th or something. No, the end of December. This one, this one's like probability in playoffs is rather debatable because like I'll be honest, they are a good team, but they should not be losing to Florida after a bye week. And it still annoys me to this day that they managed to lose to Florida. But however, our rivals, namely Oklahoma and Texas A&M, they are in the playoffs right now. Oklahoma and Alabama might be debatable. I don't know who's gonna win, but I know A&M is gonna win against Miami. Because Miami, Miami, the only team they have beaten on the road was Notre Dame, and that was it. And, I mean, the same can be applied for Texas A&M too. They beat Notre Dame. That's it. Then they started playing against bottom feeders. The problem is Miami's gonna lose in the first round against A&M because Carson Beck is not good. Because Beck is prone to making interceptions, which is why Georgia left him. Not, which is why Georgia did not want a quarterback like him. So let me pull up the college football playoff bracket for for this year. You know what the problem is? Is that they literally put two group of five teams, and people can say I can cry about it, but like the problem is that having two group of fives only for them to be beaten in the first round is not gonna like do any good because then it feels really pointless. Like you're gonna wonder what was the point of putting Tulane and James Madison University only for them to be beaten by Ole Miss and Oregon. That's the big problem because these two have not played anything meaningful. Tulane has lost to Lane Kiffin Ole Miss, and James Madison University also lost, will most likely lose to a group of no, Power Four conference team. But if they manage to beat Oregon, then I'm going to eat my words. And I think Oklahoma might beat Alabama again. I would say that if you're once Oklahoma beats Bama, then they're not gonna. They'll try to fight against the Hoosiers, but the Hoosiers can just one and done Oklahoma. Hoosiers have been really great. I mean, don't blame Kerr, but he has made a big change in the Hoosiers program. He revived them, and he he led them to the championships. Don't get me wrong. This guy is the second coming of Nick Saban. But on that side, I know that A&M can easily beat Miami because Miami has played literally no one, but they're gonna get dog walked by Ohio State. Ohio State is really really great against uh, bottom feeders, and they managed to hold super close to Texas. Like Ohio State, they can like all I can say is Ohio State with Julian Sain and Jeremiah Smith in the run, they can easily dog walk A&M. That exposes Mike Elko too. Because he got exposed for trying to beat Texas. Because this year he tried beating Texas, but he lost by 10 points again, 27-17. And then all the A&M fans are like, "Oh, you lost to Florida. You lost to Florida." We get it. Anyways, but I feel like in the works, this will be two rematches for Ole Miss because they'll beat Tulane but go close to Georgia. But I think because Kiffin is gone now, Georgia can easily try and walk over Ole Miss because Kiffin has left for LSU. But now comes the semifinals because imagine if the playoffs happen and Tech beats Oregon. I think Tech and Indiana might be something I'd be willing to watch. Same with Ohio State and Georgia. I feel like Indiana would beat Tech and Georgia would be Ohio State because, Kirby Smart knows what he's doing against the Buckeyes. He's beaten them like, I don't know, let's say twice because Ohio State isn't good against like really great SEC teams like Bama under Saban and Smart, Georgia. I mean, he managed to, but Sark is the only one that would have been the third team that, third or fourth, whatever. He would have been like one of the fewest coaches that actually managed to beat Ohio State because the one in Missouri also managed to beat Ohio State too, but that was really, really small margin. Whatever. But yeah, in the semifinals, Indiana will be the one, and then Georgia would be the other one. So the finalists would be a must invest in because Indiana will see if they're actually the number one team undefeated, and Georgia will have to prove that they can fight against Indiana because Kirby Smart is like one of the best coaches. He fought against Nick. No, he was under Saban. Now his team he's managed to make close forwards with Bama at times like this. Oh my god. Okay, but back to I'm gonna go discuss about Heisman finalists because here's one that I think kind of reminds me of Manziel in terms of like his personality. He doesn't party, but he's kind of like becoming like Johnny Manziel, and it's this guy, Diego Pavia. Because I know this dude is a really great quarterback. He was a walk-on in New Mexico, but after his transfer to Vanderbilt, this dude was, he was cakewalking through most of the teams. Because, dude, from what I've seen, this dude can actually throw for shit, but the defense on Vanderbilt can sometimes sell out too, because they've sold up so many points against Texas, like this year. You can search up let me pull that up real quick. Because because according to someone, they said that Vanderbilt is all about deception.
Steve Sarkisian elected to receive the opening kickoff, and it's
But
a
I think
touchback
that
from Brock
this
Haber.
did not affect any of his Heisman stocks.
Facing a very solid Vanderbilt defense.
But take a look at this.
Manning comes out swing.
Wait, no. Take a look about how Vanderbilt starts doing their jack shit.
Waits for somebody to get open, and it's a touchdown. C.J. Baxter. This is where Arch Manning is going.
It's unfortunate that Baxter is transferring.
Takes his time, threats the line of scrimmage, keeps Kylan Young, the running back.
So you see
He stays in the
Pavia,
block,
right?
pressure coming
I
from
mean,
the corner. Pavia could not escape. If he had
he kind of did get exposed by Texas defense, but that doesn't change it. Let me go pull shit up like that.
down the middle and caught, and a touchdown. Eli Stowers.
This is what Pavia can do. He can do shit like that. He's a great quarterback, but like the fact that you can pull that shit out while bringing back a program from being like one of the worst means something. That means that he's like the most important part of Vanderbilt entirely.
Diego Pavia down by 24 points now. He's going to fight all the way to the end to lead the Commodores.
This is more of what Pavia
A.J.
can do.
Newberry, the running back. Pavia takes off.
But
running.
yeah,
Pavia is going all the way to the end.
these Heisman finalists might be first round draft picks, but the ones that I'm looking for are Fernando Mendoza. People have been saying he's been really great, but because Signetti managed to do well with his usage of talent. I'm not gonna lie. I want to see what his highlights are that make him a Heisman frontrunner, because I don't pay attention to other football. But yeah.
12th play of the drive coming up. 4 wideouts for Mendoza. Here comes the pressure. Throws to the corner. Touchdown, Surratt.
This is what
When the
motherfucking
games
Chris
have been on the
can
line,
do.
that's when he's played his
Shit
best.
like that.
And I think that tells you an awful lot about a guy.
Welcome back, Nick Saban.
Time. Lets it go. He drives. Touchdown. Hoosiers.
I
This is
graduated Cal
what
in
that
3 years.
motherfucker can do.
At that point, I entered the transfer portal, and my sole goal was to become the best Fernando Mendoza that I can become, especially as a football player. My brother and I have been close from a very, very young age. When I needed to make a decision where to go, seeing how much he's developed in his football IQ as a quarterback, it's like, wow, Indiana's going to be a great place. Coach Signetti sold myself on, you will become the best Fernando Mendoza and best quarterback that you can become here.
And look where he's
What a
at
great
now.
support he is.
This dude
on the
is a
sideline.
Heisman frontrunner.
He knows what makes
He
me click.
is
I
the
know what makes
Heisman
him click.
frontrunner.
Mendoza going for it all.
This is what the Indiana Hoosiers
Mendoza
wanted.
just playing a flawless game.
Because I know they're going to win a national
Precision.
championship this year. They might be a finalist against Georgia.
Mendoza.
But yeah,
He's a very
he
smart
managed to beat
leader.
Ohio State unlike Texas did, because
He controls the offense very well.
for God's
Anytime
sake,
something
Texas,
is just the teeniest bit off, maybe a
It's the
receiver
break
ran
on that
the
ball.
route just a little bit of a
That was
wrong
like-
way, he notices. Everybody respects him. Everybody appreciates what he's done for us, and the community has really gathered around him. Heisman, that's a lot of fun to listen to.
Yeah,
To the end zone, wide open.
Perfect throw by Mendoza. Give it the Heisman Trophy down.
Heisman does it.
Heisman's a great award, and I'm extremely honored to
good
be
thing.
mentioned in the conversation. And to be on a 12-0 team, to be in that position, I really just give all the credit to my teammates and coaches. We have a Heisman team. Coach Cignetti has always harped
But yeah,
on
Howard
no complacency,
Cignetti,
always stay hungry and keep
from
one
James
week at a
Madison
time.
University was such a great hire because
And
this
now what a
dude
great and blessed
has
opportunity that
coached an
Indiana football
FCS
team,
becoming,
a lot of kids who were never supposed to even be in this
FBS.
position,
That's-
now have
that's
an
the big thing
opportunity at
that
the heavyweight
Cignetti
fight.
is known about.
It's such a great story.
First
That's
time
what I
ever
like about it.
in Hoosier football history, an unbeaten regular season and a spot in the Big Ten title game.
Ohio State is the #1 team in the nation for a reason. And it's going to take everything from every single player and coach on our staff and in our locker room. I know.
Yeah, but Ohio State is now back to its preseason position because Georgia's much better than Ohio State, mind you. Because if you take a look at any Georgia Bulldogs football highlights, then you can see how well Kirby Smart manages his team. I mean, I can pull off something that went from being a close game to going it into his favor. Because the onside kick is this onside kick is what defines him as a great coach. You can see the most replay part. Look,
defense, and
just take a look.
Gunnar Stockton makes them pay for it.
Back to 11, emphatic answer, and now an onside kick, but a steal of possession, and it works! Georgia recovers the...
This dude knows when it's the right time to stop playing conservative because my team has Ryan Niblett to rely on as a punt returner.
Onside kick, trickery from Smart, stealing a possession. Wow, so
But
Texas...
yeah, this one is something that still haunts me. But anyways, I know I saw Julian Sam, but this dude is kind of like this dude is Tim Tebow and Joe Burrow if they were together. No, I'm kidding. They had their IQ combined, and Jeremiah Love, I haven't seen him, but the way he ran that 98-yard line to a touchdown is fucking crazy. But yeah, Love is also great, but the fact that Notre Dame wants to opt out of a bowl game out of sheer pride is going to significantly fuck up his chance of winning Heisman because he's going to receive the least amount of votes out of any finalist. Because this is what the Heisman finalists will look like. Personally, I would say it'd be Jeremiah Sand, then either Pavia or Mendoza. That is what I'd be looking for. So I remember I keep track of the Heisman stocks, who's gonna win Heisman and whatnot, because this dude's been on the Heisman list for quite a while. Ever since week one, he was a front runner until people like Pavia and Mendoza started showing up. Because the preseason prediction would be that Manning would win the Heisman. Initially, he was inconsistent and stuff. He even admitted that it was not the right time for him to be a Heisman finalist. But look where we're at now. We have people like Say and Pavia, Mendoza, and Love that's all competing for the Heisman. And I remember there were people like Marcel Reed that were on watch, but after the Texas game, he got exposed. He got intercepted twice, so it significantly dropped down his stock price. it like made it to probably more than 1,000. Marcel Reed. I mean, he's a great quarterback. He's returning for A&M, and he knows he has some mistakes, but for that time being, if he's in the playoffs, then he's gonna get exposed by Ohio State a lot. It's not gonna end up well for him. I hate to say that though. But yeah, him and Mike Elko are probably some of the saving graces of Texas A&M, especially since A&M was under the butt of jokes that they are 8-4. But yeah, A&M has not played any good teams. That's the only good team they played. They were desperate that they were playing so much bottom feeders. That was the craziest point that I got shocked. And they were almost close to being on upset alert by South Carolina. Like, holy shit. Like, what? Alright. It's probably going to be the kind of end for talking, but yeah. I might just call it a day. Because I don't feel interested in streaming any games, even though I say I want to. Have fun.